The end times are nigh. Hey guys, it's Guns, and today we are going to talk about a brand new emerging and prevalent issue that is going to go over super duper well. For those of you that are unaware, an important message from our PlayStation partners about linking for PC players as its significance in providing player safety features. Attention Helldivers! Due to technical issues at the launch of Helldivers 2, we allowed the linking requirement for Steam accounts to a PlayStation Network account to be temporarily optional. That grace period will now expire. See details below in this post. Account linking is a critical role in protecting our players and upholding values of safety and security provided on the PlayStation Studios games. This is our main way to protect players from griefing and abuse by enabling the banning of players and engaging in that type of behavior. It also allows those players that have been banned the right to appeal. As such, as of May 6, all new Helldivers 2 players on Steam will be required to connect their Steam account to a PlayStation Network account. Current players on Steam will start to see the mandatory login from May 30th and will be required to have a link to a Steam and PlayStation Network account by June 4th. PlayStation Network accounts are free and easy to set up. We understand that this may be an inconvenience to some of you. This will help us to continue to build community that you are proud of in Helldivers 2. Blah, 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 blah. Bullshit, 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 bullshit. Yada, 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 yada. I'm kind of at a loss as what to say about this. It's not a good thing. At all. Okay? First off, everyone thinks it's a great idea. Right? As just yeah, it's so here's the thing. Let's start with this. What countries are PlayStation Network not allowed in? PlayStation Network is not allowed in a number of countries, or PlayStation does not allow um PlayStation Network in a number of countries. PlayStation Network is available in 69 countries around the world. There are 190 independent countries around the world. So PlayStation services 1/3 of the world. The whole of Africa, Egypt, and even countries in Europe like Belarus do not have PlayStation Network. The Baltic states are also part of the European Union and are also excluded from PlayStation Network. So even parts of Europe do not have PlayStation Network. I was never aware that Helldivers 2 required a PlayStation Network account. The message was never shown to me, especially during the initial period. I never saw it. From day one, I was completely unaware, and I've never shown this message that it was a required thing. For them, for Arrowhead Studios, for PlayStation, to sell games to people on Steam, knowingly that they would take it away from them later on, is not just scummy, but reprehensible. That's literally saying, hey, I want you to give me $40 for something. And then coming back 3 months later, I'm taking that thing back, but I'm not giving you your $40 back. So for all those people on Steam that purchased Helldivers 2, you can go through a refund process to attempt to get your $40 or $60 back if you bought the higher editions, stating that they've made the content unavailable in your area. That is my best advice to you, and I think you should do it, because this is, they lied to you ostensibly, in my opinion. I was never aware of this, and I'm usually pretty well aware of a lot of things. That's my number one complaint, is that the people that live in these countries where PlayStation Network is not available are getting this game taken away from them that they paid for. That is my number one complaint. That is scummy, contrived, and disgusting, and pretty much on par for course for Sony. It's unfortunate that Arrowhead seems to be making decisions with them. I pray to God that Arrowhead does not actually sell to Sony, because Sony is a disgusting anti-consumer company. This is another extremely anti-consumer action that they are forcing. I would bet money this is Sony forcing this decision upon Arrowhead as their partners and partial probably investors or funders for Helldivers 2. Excuse me, I just woke up. So yeah, this seems like something Sony is forcing upon them. This is the part that you can't argue with, this being disgusting, this being anti-consumer, this being unreasonable in terms of treatment of customers. It just is. I also don't agree upon this for normal players. Many of you are saying, what's the problem? And you already have a PlayStation account. Why? What's the problem? Just link it to something else. The problem is, firstly, player choice. Secondly, security. And thirdly, forcing it upon people that don't want it. I don't have a PlayStation account. I haven't had a PlayStation account since their last security breach. They've had 3 in the last, I want to say decade, but probably 2 decades, okay? 3 security breaches in the last 2 decades, last 20 years. So on average, every 7 years, Sony gets 6.5. Sony gets hacked. On average. That's insane. I don't want a PlayStation account for security purposes. Plain and simple. They do not have any network security. You know, listen, I hate console wars. I hate the Xbox did this, PlayStation did this, blah, 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 blah. Xbox has not once had a security breach, and I say that they're gonna have one tomorrow. Watch it happen, right? But they've not once had a security breach of player data, okay? Sony has had multiple in a short time span. They do so well with player data and retaining it. Sony's also been caught selling player data before as well. So I do not feel comfortable giving any kind of information to Sony in any capacity, and I'm not gonna be. I'll uninstall Helldivers and I will go play something else. I have a myriad of things to play on June 4th, and I do think that they deserve the negative reviews that they are getting. People that are saying it's an overreaction, this directly affects and impacts your experience of the game. You have to go create you have to go create a PlayStation account, then link it to your Steam in order to be able to sell it. And see, here's the thing. Steam will gain access to or PlayStation will gain access to your Steam data. Which, if you have a very long, extensive account, is a lot for me especially. This includes any of your payment information that is kept on Steam. So, no thank you. I'm not interested. I'm not giving that data to Sony. Fuck no. It's not happening. It's not happening. For those of you that are trying to defend this, don't. There's no reason to defend. This is incredibly anti-consumer. You are literally watching people having money taken away from them that live in these countries that does not get PlayStation Network. They have no legal alternative to which they can actually do anything about this, and they were willingly sold the game. You can, I believe Steam has features to region lock games, and make it not available. They've done some weird shit before with Atlas and other things, and Steam has a plethora of features, so yeah. It's, this move just doesn't make any sense to me. It's weird. I don't get it. They deserve the negativity they're getting. They deserve the negative criticism. They do not deserve death threats. They do not deserve weird doxing. They don't deserve things like that. But if you want to go leave a negative review of their game on Steam, you should, because this has absolutely changed the methodology of their game and the requirements of their game. People don't like Sony for a reason, and for all you PlayStation stands out there, I'm sorry, people don't like Sony for a reason. They're incredibly anti-consumer. They don't respect their customer base. They've been caught selling data. They've had security breaches numerous times, and they pull moves like this that require you to give them your data. I'm not a fan, I'm not interested, and unfortunately, this is going to be the end of the road for me for Helldivers 2 and Helldivers content. I actually had, I actually had 2 big videos planned. So unless they change this, yeah, I had a huge video planned that I am probably just gonna shove together the last few pieces and put it out just because. But alright, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. What do you think about Arrowhead's decision to do this? Do you think Arrowhead will revert this decision given time, or do you think they are stuck like this forever? And do you think this is Sony's fault? Do you think this is Arrowhead's fault? I want to hear your guys' opinion down below. I'm Guns. You can watch me live over at twitch.tv/GUNZGAMES. Don't forget to check out our upcoming footage and coverage of Gray Zone, the Tarkov killer. Haha, just kidding. Tarkov killed themselves. That's unheard of. What? I'll see you guys later.